All right, welcome to our second con match of the week here, week 5. This time it's the Sultai. They are playing their con match here. We got Damian, who chose to be on the draw here in week 5, which is a choice. Not, but we see he kept the 2-lander and has not got a third land, and he's facing off against Joseph H, who I believe had a 5-0 week last week. I believe we're trying to get his stream up and running there. I got John P with me, so have you been able to
No,
get that
no
stream going?
stream yet. No, not
Okay.
only a 5-0 week, but he's also 3-0 this week already on death
Yikes.
matches. Um, for he kind of forgot he had a cons match and just started playing his game and has won them all. He's 8-0 in his last 8 matches.
Wow. I thought he was on 10. Yeah, he's on. They're both actually on 10 losses here, so it
No,
is
death match.
a death match, and so somebody's going to be the con, and somebody's going to be finished here. So very fitting for the Sultai. It's either all or nothing. And I'm sure Damien has already erected a gold statue of himself to rule in his place if he takes his final treasure cruise here tonight.
No, I would not be surprised if he didn't have something planned. The arrow
Yeah,
storm to the face. Ugh.
yeah. So I mean, I just don't keep 2-landers in this set in this format.
Yeah,
Like basically ever. It's kind of just been my personal policy. I just don't keep them. Like, I mean, I know he put himself on the draw, which means he got an extra chance at it. But we see how far behind he is here. He has a bunch of good stuff in hand, but will not have time to deploy
you know.
much of any of it, and he'll have, in fact,
Well,
zero time.
wow. I'll message Joseph again, see if I
Yeah.
can't get him this time.
Yeah, if also you could message, maybe Damien will check and you can message him in game if that doesn't work. But yeah, I've been seeing a lot of Mardu this week. Mardu seems to be where it's at for a
I
lot
see.
of
I
folks right now.
see. A lot of Mardu and a lot of Abs, a lot of aggro. It's all Mardu and Abzan is that I'm seeing. What I'm seeing out there. I haven't seen Blue. Blue has disappeared.
I'm still playing with my blue deck, but I'm 0-2 so far, and I've had all
You're
the
also
signs of the last couple packs to change to Mardu, but I'm so dug into this deck.
you're also a special kind though, who knows cons deeper than most people do. So I think you could get away with doing something different because you kind of know what you're doing.
Yeah, well, I would say the last 2 packs were not helpful enough that they may have even made my deck worse compared to like what I've. I don't know how that's possible. It's just like nothing. But the last pack I had a Zergo, a Suspension Field, and a Seeker of the Way. So
Oh yeah, it's giving you a sign. It says it's time.
yeah, and I already have an Ankle Shanker there. So did we manage to get a stream up from him, or
No, and I
oh,
messaged
that's a
Damien
shame.
to,
Okay,
to tell him in game, and he said he would, but
okay. Anyway, we see Damien once again sticking to his guns here, taking the draw, and much more playable hand here for him. But I mean, even that said, his first play is a morph, which when you're on the draw, and if your first play is a morph, it could be asking for trouble.
yeah, especially against these Mardu aggro decks. Like,
Yeah, see, now he's gonna play his morph. At least this morph can stand in the way of one of these creatures. But any type of removal or something here. So it looks like he's going to outlast the Bonkin. And okay, so no other play. So
yeah, that's not bad.
this 3/4 might be able to hold the fort here. We'll have to see. But of note, the Warname Aspirant does have first strike as well from the counter. So
Yeah, that's a
no,
fun combo.
well, it's not a fun combo if you're trying to attack into him because he has 6 power first strike. So it's just you know Damien can never attack while this Bonkin is in play, basically. But we do see the murderous cut can fix that up potentially. One of the reasons why they, at least at common now, usually only give first strike to creatures like when they're attacking, is this kind of situation, right? You don't want 6 power first strike, just being able to sit back and stop opponent from attacking ever with anything.
Yeah, because it's 6 power will just you're always gonna lose that fight.
Yeah. Oh well, here's a crackling dude. We saw that last game. I mean yeah. So now he could even have attacked with the Warname Aspirin, but it would have traded for one of the creatures. Now we get a murderous cut here for Damian with just a bunch of lands, but he does have those morphs there. I believe they're both the Woolly. Are they both
Yeah,
Woolly Loxodon?
both Loxodons.
Big old 6/7s. I
Which
mean
he
that'll stop some first strike.
could have Loxodon flip for 6.
Yeah. So what he was gonna, I think what he was gonna try to do was have
Get the block.
have him block and then kill the first strike granter, but I mean it would still just be a trade.
Yeah.
All right, well, off goes the Seeker. Now Joseph just has to contend with 2 giant elephants here, but
Now we race, right?
I suppose.
And yeah, but Damian has to spend his whole turn flipping it up.
Yeah, these hit so hard though, and the other one is lethal too. So Joseph probably doesn't know it, but he has to kill. He has to kill and or block both.
Let's see what Joseph. We've seen a Crater's Claws. We've seen an Arrow Storm.
Yeah, he's got the burn to back it up for sure. From what little we've seen,
Yeah.
but those things don't kill a 6/7 here.
Mm.
I mean, he can now send this aspirant into the air, but he needs to. Okay,
So he can block.
so if Joseph doesn't have anything, he's just he is dead to the second elephant here.
Yeah. I don't. Deflecting Palm. I don't know what else you could have for 2.
Yeah, definitely not kill shot. All right, so the elephants take it here. They lumber in and hit for lethal. We just didn't see. I mean, there was a crackling doom a couple turns back that would have probably been. I mean, it got rid of the 3/4 that was going to gain life, even more life. So yeah, we see Damian here with his strong Abzan looking deck here. I think I saw 3. What was that? Double Ascendancy and
Double
3 charms.
3 charms.
I like it. I mean, that's a lot of counters.
That's some consistency.
I mean, well, once you get to 10 losses, you're going to have, probably a pretty scary looking deck.
Yeah, and it's looking pretty scary. Like you said, they're both on 10 losses, so they both have pretty nice decks right now.
Yeah, there's with the fact that a lot of the rares are 3 colors, there's just such a good chance that by the time you get to pack 10, you have a crazy collection of rares from at least one of the combinations.
Looks like Damian's finally messaging about the stream. Thank you, Damian.
Yep, we'll see if we can get that up and running. And we're managing so far, but we'd like to get that in both players' hands for the last game here. He apologizes.
Oh, he's up. He's up. Wonderful.
Yes, he apologizes according to his in-game chat here. So what do we got over there? Finally,
it's okay. We just drew a Mardu Hateblade. We also have a Ponyback Brigade, an Arrow Storm, and 2 lands, a Plains and a Mountain.
All right, so not the most exciting hand, but he'll be able to start playing stuff. Damian, we see, has a very nice Abzad-looking hand here. Basically, all +1 counter cards. He's got the Feat of Resistance, the Falconer, Longshot Squad, and the aforementioned Charm and Ascendancy.
Oof.
And he's also going to have a on-curve Siege Rhino next turn, since that was his draw for the turn.
Wow,
And he's got a Swamp here to back it up. So, what's this?
We drew a Feat of Resistance.
Okay,
so.
Makes sense. I was like, the cards you said that were in his hand don't attack past that. But
we drew a Feat of Resistance,
yeah.
and now it's Feat of Resistance Arrow Storm in the hand.
Yeah, so let's see.
He tried to give it to him sideboard.
Nice guy. I think, is this his first? No, it's not his first league, is it, Joseph? It's
I think it might be.
okay. I know he's new to us here.
Yeah, it's the first time I've noticed him, but again, he's been doing so well. 8-0 in his last 8 matches.
So, Okay, so I think what David's going to do is he's going to let the prowess resolve and then exile the Seeker of the Way with Absent Charm. Yeah, he's gone into full control just to make sure that he has a window here. Yeah, so he's letting prowess resolve, and now Absent Charm says exile target creature with power 3 or greater.
Nice.
So prowess has worked against Joseph here. He's used his own prowess against him. That's a true cutthroat Sultai maneuver right there.
I mean, we draw a Falconer, so
All right.
Joseph's he's still doing stuff.
We got warring falconers here, and it's time for Rhino.
Ooh, this card's so good.
Yeah, this card was. I remember this card single-handedly got me to stop playing Standard.
Yeah, in Standard, it was everywhere.
Because I used to do half, like draft and Standard. Like our store would have we'd have a FNM like 6 o'clock Standard, and then like a 10 p.m. draft. And then cons came out, and I think my first week of Standard, I faced 4 Siege Rhino decks in every round. I'm like, nah, I'm good. I don't need to play this format anymore. And I just became a draft addict, thankfully. Yeah, so it looks like we may be having some Falconer wars here, but Damian is leaving up the Feet of Resistance here. I think he's going to try and do some shenanigans with the Absent Ascendancy is going to give everything flying here. All right, there's a Warning Aspirant, which also gets flying.
Yeah, but we're out. That is the end of our cards.
Yeah, so Damian can play his Willy Loxodon as a morph, or... Okay, he can just do this and leave up Feet of Resistance. Now everything has flying and reach. I mean, sometimes that's how you gotta do.
Yeah, it's pretty... Once an Absent Ascendancy comes down on a board like this, it's pretty tough to fight it.
Yeah, and the Falconer is, I think, important enough that he could forego playing the morph and putting a counter on it to hold up the Feet of Resistance.
Oddly enough, we did just draw a Deflecting Palm.
Oh, okay.
So I know that card does some funny things.
I can't say that's a card I've ever cast in my life.
Oh.
But I know it does have some blow-up potential. I just... it's a little too high variance for my liking, but, I like to see people, making use of... Yeah, I like to see people making use of unorthodox cards. I don't mind it at all. Alright, so looks like we're just going to be... I feel like he could be attacking with the Hate Blade here, like...
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Like, it can't... Oh, no, he doesn't have the Death Touch. He actually doesn't have the black mana.
Yeah.
Well, now...
His Morph's Pony back, and he can't flip it up.
Yeah, that's also might contribute to the end of this game here. Now Damian's drawn another +1 counter ability granter with the Merek Nightblade, the black one that gives Death Touch.
Death Toucher? Ooh.
So looks like we're doing a, Damian's going to take 5 instead of his opponent, but I don't know if this is quite going to be enough here. Alright, so he's got the Nightblade here, granting now Death Touch on top of everything here. He's just
missing the lifelinker, huh?
Everything's a crystalline giant now, I guess.
Wow. He's really just troning all these counter cards together.
Yeah, like I said, like these 10 lost decks are going to have stuff like this going on potentially. He is outlasting or trying to outlast his opponent here. All right, here comes the morph. What's this all about?
I don't know.
Does he have a raid card in hand, or
we have a mountain in hand?
Okay, it's just a pure bluff here.
Yeah, this is just
okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, Damian had the Feet of Resistance, so he felt pretty safe doing that. Like there was no reason to not do that, and now we just got. Once again, he's got the Feet of Resistance. By now, Joseph has probably figured out it's Feet of Resistance based on this attack. He's offering up the trade, the long shot squad for the Falconer. All right.
Yep.
So here comes a Loxodon. Here comes an Outlast. Don't think he's even going to play a Seeker of the Way here. Yeah, I think Damian correctly identified that the Falconer was sort of going to be the key to the game, and as a result, just never tapped out of Feat of Resistance mana.
Yeah, I mean, he played it well. He was
Yeah,
able to hold off. That Ascendancy came down.
yeah.
Everything got the
You know, he,
abilities,
he
and
was he was a bit behind on life, so he said, "I can't go too crazy with the attacks just yet." But once he now he's drawn the big 5/7 elephant that untaps all the things with counters, just on top of it. So Damien gets to retain his position as the overlord and supreme Khan of the Sultai, and I'm sure we'll be hearing all about it all week. So congratulations to him, and we'll be back for a couple of Khan matches tomorrow.